We're going to be talking a resort review video today. So if you've never been to my channel, few things. I do a bunch of travel reviews, so everywhere I go I try to do a review because I like to look up those things before I head there. If there's any tips or tricks or money saving ideas that people have out there, I like to gather them up. So I like to provide them back to people as I'm learning. Hopefully you enjoy. But today we are going to talk about Nemacolin Resort, which is, you know, right outside of around Pittsburgh area in Pennsylvania. So if you are looking for some insight on that specific resort, hang around. We'll get into it right after the bumper. Okay. First thing I want to say about this resort is this is definitely the nicest place I have ever stayed. So, you know, as you can see, I've done quite a bit of resort reviews up to this point in time. I get to travel quite a bit, you know, during each year, whether it be for work or, you know, personal vacations. So I get to see a lot of different places, but this place is kind of insane. From like, it is super high end, super high scale. Like I said, it is definitely the nicest place I've ever stayed. So we're gonna walk through all my notes that I have, some highlights, some points that I want to talk about to make sure you as a viewer know before, if you are going to book a resort though, or maybe you're in the decision-making process. So let's go down through it. All right, so overall they own 3,000 acres for the actual resort. That includes golf course, all the actual resorts and the surrounding areas, and then they have, you know, a crap load of activities. So if you're going there, the activities and the places that you stay are really like the highlight. So they have like 70 different activities on the website. We did one of them. I was only there for 2 nights, so it was actually a pretty quick turnaround for a work conference. So I'll talk a little bit about doing a work conference there as well. So if you're looking to book something or you're looking to go there for a work conference, this is kind of what you can expect. Okay, so hotel layout. We'll start out with that real quick. So 3,000 acres. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 5 different spots at this resort where you can stay, which is the Chateau, Falling Rock, which is where I stayed, the Lodge, the Homes, and the Estate. So those are your 5 different choices. I stayed at Falling Rock and we stayed in a luxury king. From what I understand, they're all pretty much the same, except for some of the corner ones just have bigger spaces, more of like a suite type setup. So, and they have a bigger like deck balcony space. When I was there, the resort was only at like 50% capacity, and this was in May that we went. So we were there actually the 2 days that they were there. The first day the pool was closed. The second day they opened the pool. So realized like beginning of May time frame is as soon as I asked them about the pool, and they said as soon as they hit certain temperatures they're looking to open the pool. So it wasn't open the whole time we were there. Check-ins at 4. We checked in at 1:30 and we had no issues. Part of that being because it was 50% capacity and the room was already ready. Checkout's 11, per usual. Smoke-free facility, pets not allowed. Parking on site. So when you pull up, there is valet parking. Obviously, the tipping and paying for that, that's something, you know, you have to do. The parking garage, it's a little weird because it's kind of off the beaten path. You don't really see it. You just see the valet parking, which I'm sure so when you're pulling up, to the Falling Rock, if you make a left before you get into like the underarching area, the parking garage is down below like a building, and you can pull over there. It's a bit hidden. There is an electric car charging station as well there. I saw a Tesla plugged in like the circle or roundabout area right in front of the Falling Rock Hotel. So realize you don't have to valet if you don't want to. It's kind of confusing because you feel like you have to drive into valet, but you can ask, and the parking garage is off to the side. Well, I'm going to talk about Falling Rock specifically because I did not get a chance to go over to the Chateau or the Lodge or the Home or the Estate, so it was really kind of confined to the Falling Rock because I just didn't have time. So Falling Rock amenities, obviously pools and cabanas. Like I said, they're open in mid-May. They do have a hot tub that's always open as well, and it's like at the bottom of this like little rock creek that flows in like right before the hot tub. It looks pretty awesome. It is right on the golf course pretty much, so one of the holes for the golf course and the big scoreboard for the golf course, we could see right outside of our balcony. There's a lobby bar, and there's also a restaurant inside of Falling Rock specifically. And they also have like a golf gift shop. There's a small gym, but we'll get into some of those. So that's kind of, but realize that you're like right on the golf course with this specific resort. Rolling right into, so normally I break these videos up into 3 different, but there's not enough content for that. So I'm going to roll right through the total resort in full. As always, if you have any questions about the resort or something I didn't cover, just leave them in the comments, and I answer every question, so won't be an issue there. So room quality. We were on the 3rd floor, and the room layout was awesome. Like it was really great, which you'll see through the B-roll. But cleanliness was a 10 out of 10, as you would expect. I know normal season, I think these rooms are like $1,000 a night. We didn't pay anything near that because we had a group rate because of like the work thing, but the place is super, super expensive. I did hear from my sister-in-law, actually, they like filmed an episode of The Bachelor here, so like it's in that caliber. So just a heads up, it's in that kind of caliber. Air conditioning, so a little bit of a tricky thing here. Our room was set at 75 when we checked in, which was a little warm for us. We're normally like 68 to 70. We turned it down. We turned it down on the thermostat to what we wanted, and everything at the Falling Rock from the room perspective comes with a butler as well, and we'll get more into that. But the butler asked us, he said you can just, you can adjust the temperature on the wall. So we did that. It didn't change, so we went out and did something, came back, and it was still set at 75. I called the butler service. They said they would change it to the desired temperature, so which was pretty great. They didn't even have to come back to the room. They can use the system that they have there, because my wife was like, oh man, we're gonna have somebody come in and take a look at this, and it wasn't that at all. They actually they reset everything like remotely, and then it changed and fell to our desired temperature within like 30 minutes. So if you had any issues, what I'm saying, with anything in the room, just call your butler and they'll get it resolved. I actually had one of their engineers call me back at the room phone and just say, hey, this will be fixed right now, just letting you know we just had to reset something. So inside the room amenities, so the room has tons of things, and if it doesn't have something you need, just call your butler. The service, as you would expect at a really high-end place, was exceptional, and the butler service just makes it that much better. So a couple crazy things inside the room amenities I want to talk about. So there's a speaker in the bathroom that actually is tied to the television, but it has its own volume control that's separate from the speaker in the room. So my wife was laying down. I went in to take a shower, and I had a soccer game on, and I could hear it in the bathroom. Like, where the heck is this coming from? I found the speaker, and there's a little dial on the wall next to the shower, and I turned that up, and I was like, oh crap, is that gonna like get loud out in the other room? And I went out there, and it wasn't. So it was just that. So they're totally separate volumes that you can actually continue to listen to whatever you're listening to, which is cool. So I thought that was crazy. The hotel has a ton of hotel features like activities, butler service, and channels right on the television. There's tons of USB outlets all over, so in the lamps, in the walls, they're everywhere. So that's super helpful, because sometimes finding and pulling something out so you can plug something in is super annoying. There's 3 phones, so there's one in the room, there's 2 in the room, 1 at the desk, 1 by the bed, and then there's also 1 in the bathroom. There's a soaking tub, and with the soaking tub you can order a butler service to come in and make a bath for you with all kinds of different scents plus a milk bath. We actually had somebody in our party do that, and they said it was really awesome. There's a putter with golf balls. I'm assuming because it's right next to the golf course, I'm assuming there was a tag on it to buy. I think it was like $400. So yeah, there's a putter and golf balls. I don't know what else to say there. The carpet's super soft, so I'm not usually one to walk on the carpet in hotel rooms, but for this one I did, because I actually didn't bring my slippers that I usually bring, and it was amazing. It was really amazing, which is kind of a weird thing to talk about, but normally like the carpet's like an afterthought. Like everything in the rooms were thought about. It was really incredible. And then there's tons of storage and drawers in the room and then in the bathroom, so you have lots of storage as well. It's beautiful. Beautiful place, beautiful room, beautiful amenities. Talk a little bit about the butler service. So you can dial 1900, hit the butler service button on your phone. They will sort anything out for you. So we had a couple direct issues that it was really our making that they solved for us. So I forgot to bring a lint roller, and we have cats, and sometimes like some of my shirts are like magnetic to like cat fur. So I didn't have a lint roller. I called the butler service, said, by any chance, like I know this is a kind of crazy suggestion, and they said absolutely. They actually came up with a brand new lint roller, never opened, on like a serving tray, and then handed it to me. So that was awesome. They will iron your clothes, they'll steam your clothes, and anything else that you need, they can get for you in your room. They handle check-in and check-out. Once we got there, unpacking and packing, they'll also do that for you. Morning wake-up calls, arrangement of resort activities, ironing and steaming of garments, shoe shining, and then one tip here is the norm there is you tip them 10% per day per your nightly room rate. So, if you're there on a room rate, that is whatever. If you're there for the full tilt, which is $1,000, you should be tipping them $100 a day. So, yes, everything is expensive. Maid service daily, 8:15 to 4:45, and just they'll tell you there's like the card you can hang on your door. Use that if you don't want maid service. Otherwise, they will come in your room and do the maid service. Balcony was fine. It's a little tight. It's kind of like triangle shaped, and there's no furniture because there's just not enough space. Wasn't a huge deal for me, only because I was only there for 2 days. But if you're staying there for a longer period, the suites at the end had a way bigger balcony, and I'm sure they had furniture, but we did not have furniture. So heads up there. Okay, so best part of the room, and I called it stocked. Food and beverage is insanity inside the room. So I want to walk through what is in there in Falling Rock when we got there. So excellently stocked bar with alcohol on top. So you have the mini fridge underneath, and then you have like a counter, and then on top of that they had like pretty decently high-end alcohol. Anything you open on top of there, you will have to pay for. And I think it said somebody in our party looked it up. I think it was like $50 a bottle for each. And they're not a full bottle. They're the mini bottles. So you definitely are paying more. Obviously, they're overpriced, but I'm giving you a heads up. I think it was $50 per bottle of whatever you open. So they had Patron, Bombay, Woodford Reserve, Bacardi, Tito's, and Glenlivet, I think it's called. I don't know, it's a little on I'm not big into this realm, so it's a little out of my wheelhouse. The fridge had club soda, tonic water, Coke, Sprite, Diet Coke, orange juice mini cans, and pineapple mini cans. So they had everything that somebody who wasn't drinking would like, but also had like the mixtures for cocktails if you're looking to get a little crazy with any of the liquors on top. Anything in the fridge was free. Anything on top of the fridge you had to pay for. So heads up. And then the snacks. So the snacks were unbelievable. I had a couple of things. My wife kind of tasted a little bit of everything because she wanted to find out what it was all about. But it seemed to be some local stuff. They had chocolate toffees, which the exact sentence from my wife was, this is definitely a problem because they were that good. So the chocolate toffees were amazing. They had butter popcorn, caramel popcorn, almonds and cashews, and then gummy bears as well. They did have in the corner, so when you're walking in, there's like a little Bose speaker in the far corner. They have a little like a little container there. There's little chocolate truffles inside of that per room. So make sure you find that little box of chocolates as well, because everybody in the party said they were amazing. I didn't have any. I'm like on a strict diet because we're going to Cancun in a couple of weeks. So everybody mentioned that the chocolate truffles were really, really good. Okay, another crazy thing about the food in the room, they have a warm cookie and cold milk turn down that you can I know, I love chocolate chip cookies and I love milk, which I really can't drink anymore because I'm super lactose intolerant because I used to drink like gallons a week. And they have an actual warm cookie cold milk turn down service where you can fill out a card and then you can either slip it out the door or hang it on the door or whatever, and then you can tell them what time you want them to come back with their warm cookie and their cold milk. So each of the things we did on the 2 days we were there, we were out to dinner and then we were kind of out late, so we actually came back and everything was there and the milk was in the fridge and the cookies were sitting out, but like obviously they didn't stay warm. But the cookies are amazing. If you have the opportunity to get them while they're warm, I'm sure they're even more amazing. It's just our timing didn't line up. So they will bring them even if you aren't in your room, and they'll set them there and put the milk in the fridge, so you don't have to worry about it. A large menu for room service, which is also on the TV, and then I think you can use a QR code. And then our organizer for our event, for our work event, they gave her a tray of donuts as well that got delivered to her room, and then she brought those to the like convention that one morning, and they looked really good as well. So yeah, food and drinks in the rooms, epically insane. Warm chocolate chip cookie and cold milk turn down service. Never heard of that before. Insane. Great stocked room. Thank you so much, Nemacolin. You did a great job with that. Okay, that's not the only insane thing, so we're gonna keep going. Robes, 10 out of 10. I never wear robes, and my wife made me try these robes because she said they were unbelievable. Yeah, she said it was the best robe she's ever had in her entire life, which she loves robes. She wears them when we go places, and then also has really epic ones. I try to like find the best robe every Christmas for her, but she said they're amazing. So super soft outside, super soft inside. Yeah, they were really good. And I'm not even a robe expert, but they were super comfortable. Bathroom, stocked bathroom as well. So not only is the room stocked with food and drinks, the bathrooms were stocked. There plenty of shampoos, conditioners, body wash, soap, body lotion, sewing kit, nail file, shower cap, cotton, Q-tips. They had like this little stocked little flip up thing that had all this stuff in it if you've ever needed anything. And if they didn't have something, you call the butler and they'll find it for you. Shower pressure was amazing. They had like a rain shower plus like a wall shower and then plus a wand. So there was 3 different options there where you could use the like blasting at you, rain shower coming down, or actually use the wand, and you could, you know, switch between the two. Plus you had your speaker outside if you wanted to listen to TV. So, yeah, it was really great. Really, really great. Bed, incredible. 10 out of 10 bed, as you would expect. There's gonna be lots of 10 out of 10s, 11 out of 10s for this resort because it was just incredible. If you're gonna pay that much, you're hoping that it's that high quality, and this place really did think of everything. So really, really impressed. So bed, amazing, good mix between firm and soft, super comfortable. It was really, really good. Sheets were great. The only thing they do is they tuck in the sheets, which we find super annoying. So we have to pull everything out at night, but not a big deal there. Most places do that. Okay, you know me. If you've been on this channel before, you know we are a stickler for pillows. And this place delivers on pillows. So it's not just the pillows that are in the room. This is another thing. This is like the turn down cookies. They have a pillow selection. So I have 10 different pillow types here. I think it was 10. Somebody told me 7, but somewhere between 7 and 10 pillow options. So they give you 4 different options on your bed when you check in. If you don't like any of those, or you want to try different pillows, you call your butler and say, can you bring the pillow options? They bring the pillow options to your room. You get to feel all the different ones, and then they will restock your room with those types of pillows. What? There's an actual pillow service, so that, I mean, every hotel should do this. I hate the pillows at most places that are given to you. This place nails the first. I mean, we didn't even ask for any ones because the pillows we got were freaking amazing. But they'll give you other options, and they'll bring them to your room, and you get to choose. What an awesome idea. Loved it. Thank you. So awesome. So yes, try out the pillow options, even if you just want to try it out. We didn't, because we were on there for 2 days. We were already tired. I was passed out, but the pillows were amazing, and the bed was amazing. Okay, so that's everything in the room. Elevators, no issue there. Also 50% capacity, so it wasn't going to be an issue. So there wasn't that many people. But I wanted to let you know that is everything in the room. Once again, if you have any questions in the room, leave them below and I'll try to answer anything that I may have missed. I'm trying to get this all in one video. This is why I'm talking a little quickly, so I apologize if it's too fast for you. I'm going to move to the restaurants. I only got to eat at one restaurant, so I'm going to move through these pretty quickly. So I think it's Lautrec. That's their super expensive 7-course 5-star restaurant. It's like supposed to be like a whole restaurant experience. It is dress code is business casual or above, Tuesdays through Saturdays, 5 to 9, and there's 12 o'clock. There's a bottle. Yeah, 12 o'clock there's a bottle wine list. So this is the really expensive 7-course meal, and this is supposed to be like artistic, and there's like a performance that goes with it. So if you're gonna go there, this is obviously gonna be really pricey. But if you're already there, then you might as well, you know, go full Millhouse and see what happens. Aqueous is the restaurant that's actually in the Falling Rock, so right next to the bar. Aqueous is there. It's American seafood, 4-star, reservations required. Almost all these places require reservations, as a heads up. Breakfast is 8 to 11, and dinner is 5 to 9. Rockwell's, that's where we got to eat. It's more of like a farm to table dining, fine cut meats, fresh produce, so seafood, meats, things like that, steaks, extensive drink selections, reservation required. Dress code was just normal business casual. I think I wore like shorts and a t-shirt or shorts and a polo. Breakfast is 7 to 11 and dinner is 5 to 9 or 5 to 10 on Friday and Saturday. So this place was excellent. Plenty of food, plenty of different options. High scale stuff versus normal scale stuff. So like I'm not a super fancy eater. So this place was kind of perfect because they had a lot of the things I would normally eat, and I was, you know, watching what I was trying to eat. So I was able to find something that I really enjoyed. Once again, all of these restaurants are going to be expensive. So be aware as a heads up, the whole resort is an expense. And it's expensive in itself. So just be aware of that. Baratolo is Italian. Reservations obviously are suggested. Dress code not slated as well. Dinner 5 to 9. Mulligan's, it's like an American golfing pit stop. And then you can also, the menus are on the golf cart and they have a pickup window. So if you're out golfing, you can swing by Mulligan's to grab something quick. And then dining at the Peak, this is American, fresh and casual. They have dining outside, fire pit, poolside cabanas, year-round swim-up bar. And then you have to have reservations for the fire pit or the cabana. So that's more of like that at the Peak. That's where they have like axe throwing and arcades and stuff like that, mini golf. So it's right by the carousel. That's also up there. Okay, so besides the rooms being amazing, I know I didn't spend a whole lot of time at restaurants, but I only got to eat at one, which was Rockwell's. The other time we had dinner, actually like a buffet style, served to us in like our little conference room, which was great. So the breakfast was really good, the lunch was good, and the dinner was good inside of our conference meeting hall. So food just all over the place was excellent. So if you're gonna go there, don't worry about the food. Obviously, with the whole ambiance of the place, it's very, very good. So the activities, so there is 75 actual activities on the website. I kind of grouped them up. I'm going to roll through this list pretty quick, but just to let you know, there's everything to do at this resort, which is, I guess you should at 3,000 acres. So winter activities, skiing, snowboarding, snow tubing, and dog sledding. Wildlife type activities. There's a Jeep off-roading, safari, equestrian, wildlife adventures, sporting clays, which is what we did, which I'll show you video as we're going through here. Guided turkey hunts, upland bird hunting, field club, shooting instructions, fly fishing. There's a whole bunch of art, which is like art lessons, art gallery, outdoor sculpture tour. I'm not going to read through all these. Reflections area, art collection tour, golf. There's obviously new golf and intermediate, plus the regular golf courses. There's kids activities like indoor pool, arcade, babysitting service. There's an entire spa, which we heard was epically amazing. They have all your normal things like acupuncture, indoor lap pool, woodland spa and salon, couples escape spa, tons of spa stuff, and everybody who went said it was incredible. There's a casino, Lady Luck, falling water tour, which you can head over to the falling water. Indoor activities like cosmic bowling, axe throwing, wine tasting, shopping. Outdoor activities like the pool, bike rentals, rock climbing, paintball, zipline, archery, mini golf. So those are just some of those. If you want to know specifics, head to the website. But 75 different activities, so you should never get bored here. Most of the things I believe you have to pay for as well. So I want to talk a little bit about the clay shooting, because we actually did that on our second day. We did that in the afternoon after our morning session, and it's expensive. I think it was like $200 a person. We shot, I want to say 50 clays each. So there was 3 of us in our group. So, you know, you kind of do like a round robin. It was really fun. It's at the sporting clubhouse, which is, I don't know, it's a couple miles from the resort. So you actually have to take the transportation there. And then you head over there, you do clay shooting. I think we were out there for probably like an hour and a half. It was really great. The instructors are incredible. The instructors make it really fun, because I'm not a super seasoned shooter, but I know how to shoot. The 2 people in my group, my wife, she's never shot before, so they were very helpful with her. And the other guy with us isn't super experienced, so they let you know how to do it, how to load the gun, how to carry it. It was really helpful. You don't feel like you're bothering them. They answered a ton of questions, talked about shooting in general. It was just really great. And you know, they take golf carts through, so you don't have to walk anywhere. It's almost like a golf course, but for shooting clay. So they have different setups. You're not just standing at the same thing. You actually head to different locations and shoot different scenarios. It was really, really great. So if you're looking for something that's in that shooting realm, head over to the sporting clays. You don't have to bring your own gun. They have all the old guns. They'll tell you really what you should be looking at based on the experience you have, or not getting kickback, or, you know, all that kind of stuff. really fun, really exciting, really good time. So that was the one activity we did. We were going to go axe throwing the one night, but everybody was kind of just beat, so we didn't. But the place, besides, you know, the room and the food and the activities there, it's an all-in if you're looking for something that's, you know, that has a little bit of everything. It's off the beaten path. It's out kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it is gorgeous. The landscaping, everything's just great. The transportation inside the resort, so they drive you around like Mercedes vans and SUVs and things like that. It was really great. Wasn't any real issue. We only had to wait like a half an hour when we were over at the sporting clay place because there was a huge party. They had to move somewhere. So it took a little bit for them to come get. That was the only issue we had, which it wasn't that big of a deal. We just had to wait a little bit longer. So that is everything I have for Nemacolin. I know I ran through it quickly. I wanted to do an all-inclusive, all-in-one resort review here because there's just not enough content for 2 days to cover over 3 different videos. So once again, if you have any questions, certainly leave them in the comments. I will get back to you. If you are concerned with anything that you may be looking up online that I didn't cover, ask that as well. I think that's all I have. Nemacolin Resort, incredible. Nicest place I've ever stayed, and if you do go, I know you will enjoy it. So thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.